Do you remember Neekolul? This is the Twitch streamer that got really big because of the OK Boomer stuff. Yeah, that dance launched an entire career for her. So maybe you should post that TikTok of you doing something dumb, because maybe it'll give you a career where you can get a $2 million apartment or something like that. It was $2 million. Just insane numbers. But recently, as in like about an hour ago, I saw a headline about Neekolul apparently being jailed for violence or like assault. So this is a Dexerto article, and I'm gonna go through and just talk about certain snippets from the article and the situation as a whole. So the article reads: court records used in the article, which Dexerto were able to verify, show that Neeko was 20 years old at the time of her arrest and claimed that her bail was set at $25,000. That's not all. The piece also claimed that she had been sentenced to a year in prison as well as anger management training. So we got a little snippet of the court document right here. And this stuff is all wild. The fact that it took this long to come out is really insane. You would think this would be like a more 2020 type of thing, when like everybody was getting called out for past stuff because people had nothing better to do than to sift through other people's past. That's just how they made it through their day while being cooped up. They're like, oh, I'm gonna scroll through thousands of tweets and find the one problematic one. That's just how it was. And while I'm not a big proponent of dredging up the past, I think that it's stupid. I do really find this interesting, and that's the main reason why I wanted to talk about it and just be like, hey, here's what's going on. It's a little funny. It's a little odd how the article seems to be favoring her, but continuing on with the article. However, Neeko argues to the contrary, as revealed in a series of DMs to YouTuber Scarce via Twitter. In her response to the article, she denies ever having been sentenced to prison and claimed that she only took 12 anger management classes as a result of the incident. She likewise stated that she had been in an abusive relationship at the time and had struck her abuser as a preemptive response to their own violence against her. So she is admitting to having had hit this person. We don't know who it is, and obviously she can't say, oh, it was John Smith down the street, because if you say that, then instant lawsuit for defamation, and he would win if the law did what it was supposed to do, considering how if he got accused by an abuser, accused of being an abuser by someone with such a big platform, the calls for him to get fired would be so immense. The company would be like, all right, let's save face. They'd fire him. He'd be like, oh, okay, I'm going to sue for lost wages for wrongful termination. I think that's what it's called. And he'd probably win both suits. So it's probably smarter for her to not say what the name of the person is. So she's either telling the truth or she's not. We do know that she definitely hit this person. She said that. There's court documents to prove it. Now, her justification for it is, hey, I got hit. I'm not going to say I don't believe her, because that's not true. I don't know enough about the situation to say I do or don't. I just think it's interesting that there's no recorded anything of her like making a police report or making like a call or something, because that definitely would come out and she would probably use it in her defense. I'm not like trying to analyze trauma. Like, I remember when I made a video about Abelina Sabrina, someone said, oh, I was just another guy talking about trauma who didn't understand it. And it's like, I'm not trying to say that she didn't go through bad things. I'm just talking about what I find to be interesting in the subject. Let's continue with the article. The article is talking about an incident in which there was an argument where I hit the person who was abusive to me. She said of the matter, when I hit him, it was a reaction to what was happening in the moment and how I was feeling. I knew it was escalating to where he was going to hit me, and I was genuinely angry and hating him for the way he treated me. I find it really odd that she's saying like, oh, I knew this person was going to hit me, so I started hitting them. Which, if they're a person that's beating you and you start hitting them, they're probably going to start hitting you. I don't know. I mean, obviously she's not thinking rationally in this moment. I'm not saying that it's her fault she got beat, because I know somebody will be like, are you blaming her for being beaten by this evil person? No. Okay, what I am saying is that it just seems weird to provoke somebody that you're scared of to the point of some people were saying she stabbed him. Some people were saying that she just hit him. I'll just go with assault, right? So let's just say bare bones, she punched him in the face, right? It doesn't seem like something someone who's scared of somebody else would do. Like, you wouldn't start that type of physical contact. Or maybe I'm just so used to like the battered wife stereotypes in like movies or stuff that I wouldn't like, because I've never been in like a domestic violence situation, thankfully. So I'm not trying to analyze trauma. I'm just bringing up a theory here, okay? I'm not an expert on this, and I'm not claiming to be. You know, it's funny how they just put out an article about Neekolul apparently being a Latin icon, and you know, her icon status it's kind of wavering. You know, I went to one of her tweets that she made today, and it's pretty much just people making fun of her for the charge, which it's Twitter. That's what they're gonna do. But like, still, and some people are defending her and being like, hey, she changed. You know, she changed from stabbing this person. You know, and I'm not making a judgment on her. I'm just talking about what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, because I don't know. All I know is that she hurt this person in some way. All right, whether it was justified or not, I'm not going to speak on that, and I don't think anybody should. I feel like a big problem when it comes to situations like this is that you have somebody that you like more in a situation, and so you're just like, okay, they're right, okay, they're wrong, okay, this person is doing the right thing, okay, this person isn't, and there isn't enough thought put into what actually is going on. I feel like almost that's what helped R. Kelly get away with stuff for so long, is that too many people were just like, oh man, that's just R. Kelly, bro. That's just R. Kelly. You know, him and Aaliyah aren't married. Okay, you're just saying things. Okay, bro, have you heard "Step in the Name of Love"? Okay, you need to step in the name of love out of my house for saying such things about Robert Kelly. Like, it genuinely feels like that. Like, oh, I'm so attached to this person that I can't step back and look at it objectively. Now, this doesn't always happen. I remember the EDP stuff, like, to every one of his fans, it seemed like, except for like the really young people that were just like, just curse and, you know, talk about beating your meat for the 17,000th time, and you're good. You can go on Big O Live. We'll still support you. We'll say you're the GOAT, bro. But other than that, like, it felt like everybody saw the facts and was like, okay, all right, you're done. And they moved on. And that's good to see. You know, it's a refresher, especially with the whole like Amber Heard stan thing that I occasionally will stumble on because of the people I follow on Twitter. Sometimes they'll like retweet like somebody being like, I heard the Queen was dead, but Amber Heard is fine. You know, things of that nature. Just stand accounts doing what they do. Wow, that turned into a big ramble. But basically, there's no reason to say that Neekolul is for sure like an abusive person, but she definitely committed a crime, and that's all we can say. And saying anything more, like the title of this video is for sure going to be something inflammatory, but that's literally just so that people will click on it and it draws up engagement and people hear what I have to say on the subject. I'm not trying to claim that she for sure, you know, is Amber Heard Twitch version. Like, that's not it. But I'm not gonna say that, oh, she was fighting off this guy and she finally had enough. She was like Harpo and it's Heart of Purple. What is Purple? It's not Purple Rain. Something with Oprah playing a woman named Harpo. Anyway, I'm going to end it off here because I'm talking about some random purple movie. The Color Purple. The Color Purple, that's what it is. I'm talking about some random The Color Purple movie out of nowhere. So I'm going to end it off here. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.